Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another speed build. So today I decided to build like a little bit of a farmhouse built for like a little family. I really like the way it turned out. Um, I had a hard time with some of the stuff in it. The layout was a little bit hard. Well, just a little bit, just to make sure there was enough room for everything. I had a hard time, as you'll see here, trying to build a place for like a fireplace. I don't really love the way it turned out, but it was cute enough. And then I think here is where my struggle with the roof comes. I really wanted to do a wraparound porch because I really like that idea, and I think it's very like much a staple for farmhouses. But as you'll see here in a minute, it was also the bane of my existence. Like I might have cut a lot of it out, but I had a rough time. I had to look back at like a different farmhouse I had previously built because I couldn't figure it out. I have a really hard time with wraparound porches and like putting a roof on them. I'm pretty bad at roofing anyways, and so they just really it's hard for me. But what I ended up doing is like I tried to put those corners on to maybe try to blend the roofs in a little bit, but I wasn't liking the way it looked. I couldn't get it to blend with both sides, and so what I ended up doing was taking one big roof and just spreading it out throughout the house on both sides, and then I had to add this little extra piece because it was longer on the back side, so it does clip a little bit. But I did my best. I had a rough time. And then I'm not very good at chimneys, so I put a little chimney piece in there and called it good. But I really like the style of this house. I love the porch. I like the way it ended up. I just pretend I do not see the clipping. And then I'm moving in to do the layout here. So the layout was a little bit rough. I wasn't quite sure what to put in that little, what is that, like a column, not a column, like the spiral thing, I don't know, tower maybe. So I ended up putting a little sitting area in there, but at first I kind of was thinking the dining room would look cute in there, but it just wasn't big enough to fit a table at all. So but yeah, I would say this is like a classic farmhouse style. I think it turned out pretty cute. I even end up adding a little barn in there. And at first I was kind of struggling. I was like, do I want to make like, like the Pinterest DIY redoing a farmhouse, or make it look like maybe it was older still and, maybe not as modern. So I think I went a little bit with the less modern version of it, more country style. But I am obsessed with these parenthood counters, and I think they're so cute, and I really like the matching fridge with it, and then I found that stove that matched, so I thought it was perfect. I struggle with kitchens because I think I want to put everything in there, right? And then I just ended up adding the dining table in there. I put a nice big one in there because, as you'll see with the bedrooms, it can fit quite a few kids, so wanted to make sure there was enough room for everybody to sit at the table. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys are enjoying the voiceovers. I'm still trying to get used to them, but I think I'm getting better. I'd like to think. I think I'm just trying to go with the rambles because there's so much time. I even sped this one up a little bit faster to have a little bit less time. It's hard to fill all the time. And so you'll see here, this is where I struggled with whether the fireplace was going to go. I wanted to get it lined up perfectly. And then once I paint the outside, I wanted to make it like a brick. And I don't love the way it turned out, but it's cute enough. And then this was such an oddly shaped living room. I wanted to fill everything with it, but I also wanted to make sure you could get around the couches and stuff. So I ended up fidgeting with that a lot. Trying to move everything to make sure they fit in. But I really like that fireplace. I think that's a cute fireplace, and I think it's a very like classic looking fireplace. Yeah, and I went with like a greenish theme in here. I don't think I usually do that, but for some reason to me that just said farm. I don't know why. And then I just filled this little weird corner in here. I just put a very classic little table thing. I love adding those little tables in places. Something I didn't do, I forgot to do, I just realized I didn't put any like kid stuff in here. So there wouldn't be really a room for kids to play with, I guess. Or room for anything with kids to play with, but you can always take things out and move things around in there. But yeah, I wanted this to be like a cute little family home, like, kids growing up on a farm. Unfortunately, though, we don't have I remember in Sims 3 there were horses, and I loved playing with the horses. Not to sound like a horse girl, but I liked playing with the horses, and I think it would be really fun if they put farming stuff in. I know that was like a big thing with Eco Lifestyle. People thought it was going to be a farming pack, and it wasn't, and people were mad, but it ended up being a rumor or something. I don't know, but I hope we do get a pack like that. I think this would be a really good house for that. So now we're moving up to the upstairs. This is a 3-bedroom house. Something I struggle with is placement of bathrooms. So downstairs, there's just a half bath. And then upstairs, there is a full bath, but it's attached to the parents' room. So if that's inconvenient for you, maybe you'd add like a shower downstairs or something. I don't know. I don't really notice it when I in gameplay. But I mean, I did put room for, I think there's room for a baby, toddler, and child in here, so maybe as they get older, you'd probably want more bathroom space for them. So I just did a really simple parents' bedroom. I just put that cute little sunflower up there, put some paintings in there. Then I think I called it a day. I have a hard time with parents' rooms. I think kids' rooms or like teens' rooms are really fun to do. But parents' rooms are difficult. And then I also have a hard time with bathrooms. I think those are pretty hard. So in here I made it kind of like a little nursery. So there's a bassinet, and there's a toddler bed. So I don't usually do like yellow nurseries, I feel like. But I decided to, in this one, I put kind of yellow and blue theme. I thought it turned out super cute. I love that wallpaper. I think it's, what pack is that? Maybe it's Base Game. I'm not sure, but I really like that wallpaper. I think it looks super cute in kids' rooms. And then I moved on. So this one is like just a single room for a child. I thought this one also turned out really cute. I don't know. I think it's just so much more fun to do like kids' rooms. You can add all sorts of fun toys and decorations in there. Even when I build kids' houses, when I build kids' rooms, I feel like I don't have enough room. I want to add all the toys and all the fun stuff in there for them. Not that there's very much, because it's a millennial simulator, but I like to add everything I can so my kids have something to do in the game. And then something I always struggle with here is rugs. I'm so bad at rugs. I love some rugs, but they don't always look right in all the houses I'm doing. So I'm just moving out to the hallway here. I just wanted to put a little something to fill the space in there. So I put, I think that's a laundry day shelf. I think it is. And then that little Eco Lifestyle basket. And just kept it really simple. Not too fancy. And then moving out to the outside. I believe, I put some stairs in there, and then I think I'm just going to do some landscaping. I think this looks like a very traditional farmhouse. Wraparound porch, white fence, all that fun stuff. And I decided to go for a yellow. I don't know. Maybe I do, but I think I don't often build houses that are yellow. And you'll see there, that's where I wasn't super happy with the way the chimney looked. And then put a nice tree in there. I think I ended up switching that one out though, maybe. I had a hard time trying to figure out a tree that looked right with everything. Normally I would do a flower box or something to put these in, but I think it's kind of a fun, like rustic farm feeling. I don't know. And then when I was doing the screenshots for this house, let me tell you, I had such a hard time because I wanted to build it in Brindleton Bay, right? Like, I love Brindleton Bay. I think it's such a cute little town. I love it. It's very country, very appropriate for the farming house, but I had such a hard time trying to get screenshots. I bulldozed every lot, tried every single one, and finally got one. I had to bulldoze the park, and I put it on there, and I got some good screenshots. And so now I'm just building the little barn. I really wish I could have put like some sort of livestock or like chicken thing or horses or anything in there, but I couldn't because we don't have that in The Sims 4, and I miss that. I remember I used to play with the horses a lot. I really liked the idea of this little path, like when you walk somewhere a lot in a house or around a house, it kind of wears down. So yeah, I'm just adding some little trees and final touches. And then I was like, what goes outside of farmhouses? Like, I don't know that I've really ever been to one. So I put some benches out there because I was thinking like a porch swing would be fun, but we don't have that. So put a couple little benches, and in my head they're porch swings, but they are not. And then moving on into the barn, I decided at first I was going to put some like pet training stuff in there, and then I just decided to make it maybe like kind of like a bonus room. Growing up, my neighbor had a garage where they put there was like a pool table and like a hangout area. So I put a little punching bag, and then I decided to put a ping pong table in there, so it could be like a fun hangout for the kids or your adults. And I put a guitar. I remember my neighbor had a guitar in there, and then I just hung up some posters. I feel like this is like a man cave kind of. Maybe I should put a TV to watch sports or something. And then actually this is a second clip. I built the house. It was like, cool, I'm good, I'm done. And then I did this thing where I was trying to fall asleep last night, and I was like, you need to add other things into this house. So I went in and put those get together poles, what are those? Columns, and I put some final touches in there just to make it look more cozy and farmhousey. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. You can find this on the Sims 4 gallery. Make sure to turn moved objects on when you place it, and have a great day. Still haven't figured out how to end these. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.